Last Live, Sapd, Bike Patrol, they're being the dicks that they are. I mean, it is what they do. You notice 9 officers showed up for me. However, I committed no crime. And all of them wanted to pull bullshit. And I said, give me a case number. Now, one of them could give me a case number. They said Erdman was going to give me a case number. And then they told him, come on, Erdman, let's go. So at this point, I'm heading down to Bike Patrol, and I will be getting that case number from them as to why they are responding to me filming on a public street. You know, officers who approach aggressively like that, especially Officer Medell. I made it very clear. Officer Medell knows who I am. I know who he is. He's the guy who beat up a 14-year-old female student. And, no wrongdoing found. These are the type of tyrant officers, when you encounter them, that you have to worry about. And when I'm downtown and this guy approaches me and starts giving me the same bullshit he gave me last week, after he asked a homeless lady to say I was harassing her.
Hello, sir.
How you doing? Give me just a second, ma'am. Just like you, I'm having trouble breathing. I understand you're asking me for $1. I'll give you $1, but give me a second. I'll do that. I'm filming. I'm only filming in my direction right now, but my camera's going to be pointed down this way, so don't walk in front of the camera if you don't want to be on it. Enjoy your evening, ma'am. Oh, I hope your lungs feel better. No, that's mine. I got to get that for a bus ride. No, I'm not giving you that $10. Gave you the buck. We're good. Okay, you have a good evening. Like I said, I come downtown. Some of these areas where the vents blow up, like that one, they blow up dust and other things. They cause people with allergies to have bad reactions. I don't like hanging out near those. Not my fault that I'm downtown, but, well, it is my fault that I'm downtown. What I'm saying is, when I get in those environments, I typically try to move out of them as quickly as possible, but I didn't want to be disrespectful to that young lady. She was asking me for $1. She wasn't being rude or aggressive. And despite City of San Antonio panhandling laws, that did not violate them. She was not aggressively asking me or intimidating me. She asked me if I could help her out with some money. So I gave her some money. However, the police will ignore people who sit 12 feet, I'm sorry, it was more like 43 feet, right outside of their own police station, aggressively insulting and harassing other people, and they do nothing about it. And so I'm like, hey, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm heading back down to the police station, Bike Patrol. Keep in mind, Officer Medell arrested me about a week ago for harassing a citizen down here. It's all on live. It's all documented. She's the one who was insinuating that she'd have the police beat me, take me to the ground, assault me. And I'm like, why would you tell the cops that? And he comes up going, oh, you're harassing her, just like he did right back on my other live stream. And I'm like, you got to stop your shit. This type of bullshit is out of line, out of control. And when they pull this If you don't say anything, they continue to do it. Pat O'Brien's here. I stopped to turn around, make sure there was no shit going on back there that I didn't need to film. Some guys were going to throw, but as usual, most people who get drunk in San Antonio, they talk shit, but they back down. So, I mean, it is what it is. What's that?
What are you recording for?
I walked by. Okay, well, I'll point it this way. You asked me a question, so I'm answering.
I'm still asking because I know I'm on it already.
Okay.
So what are you recording for?
I record anytime I'm in public.
Hey man, talk to yours, bro.
Any other questions? Any other questions? I'm not pointing at you.
One question.
Okay.
I asked a bunch. I asked one question.
Okay. So we're good?
I just want to know where you putting my face at.
That's your opinion, sir. Again, you get people like that. You know, he's up here inciting another dude to fucking start a fight, and then he gets all mad that you record it. That's part of why I do record in San Antonio, because the cops always go, well, we heard this, or we saw this, or we didn't see this. And, oh, well, this witness said this. And you're like, well, you said this, they said that, but it's not the case.
Oh, where y'all going? I got smile right at him, right.
There you go, brother. You have a good evening. So, here's a couple of my patrol officers. Hopefully one of these is Erdman. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Meese, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, I'm looking for Erdman.
Oh, yeah, what about him?
Well, you guys told me Erdman would have the case number, but you guys...
Nobody's giving you a case number.
Why not?
Why? Who did this out here? We don't need 4556. For what?
You guys responded to a call. I'd like to know the case number as to why 9 officers approached me for filming in
Okay,
public.
why were you following kids around recording kids?
Excuse me?
No, I'm asking you a question. Why were you following kids around recording kids?
What makes you think I was doing that?
Because we got a complaint for that.
Who made that complaint?
It's none of your business.
Okay, it's none of my business, but you approached me making an accusation that I was following children around.
Right?
Excuse me?
Didn't you say you were not?
I did, and then
What's the problem?
the problem is I need a case report for that.
So what case do you want? There's no case.
No, there is if you guys came up and you detained me.
I didn't detain you.
You didn't, but Officer Medell did.
Okay.
So if you detained me,
I did not detain you.
you didn't, Officer Medell did.
Okay, then I don't have a case for you.
Can I get your supervisor out here?
You know where it is. You know where
No,
it
I'm
is.
asking, I was walking down there. Can I get your supervisor to come out here?
Why did you stop and come over here?
Why? Because you're both here.
Okay, then go.
Why would I continue to walk that far?
No.
So you won't get a supervisor to come out here?
Because you know where it's.
Okay, so why did you respond all the way up there for a call, allegedly for someone, what'd you say, stalking a child?
You're stalking children?
That's what you said.
Well, that's what we were up here looking for, and now you're talking about it. So is that what you were doing?
Nice play. What's your name again?
You talked to me earlier. You even said my name. I gave you my badge just a few seconds ago.
You did, but again, I'm recording it. No, I can't remember much in life. Again, when I say I can't remember much in life, that goes back to the fact that officers like yourself who play your little games,
I don't know what game you're talking about, sir.
when I asked you to get your supervisor here,
The supervisor's really right there in that office if you want to go talk to him.
can you pick, okay, I'll follow you.
No.
Well, you just said follow me. Why
No, I
did,
didn't say follow me at all.
What
I
did
said
you say?
Go over there to the office.
can you direct me to the office? What's your name?
It's on my.
You already know.
Really good.
Yeah, you know my name. I know your
I
name.
don't know your name.
You do.
I don't. What's your ex? What is your YouTube channel?
You don't know it yet?
No, I don't.
Ask Officer Medell. He does.
Oh, cool.
I mean, if you want to be polite and call your supervisor,
You know where my supervisor is?
and what's your supervisor's name?
Whichever one's here.
And whichever one's here is who?
I don't know. Go down there and
You do not know your supervisor's name.
find out. Yeah, I guess I don't.
Officer, do you know your supervisor's name?
We have multiple supervisors.
You do know both of your supervisors? Can I get their names? Just so I know who I'm asking for when I call?
You go and ask for a supervisor.
Well,
I don't know which one specifically is here right now.
okay, is that Husing or is it Husing?
However you want to pronounce it.
However I want to pronounce it. Okay, thank you. So again, when you ask officers to get their supervisors out and they just choose not to do that, here you go. He's going to talk shit in the background. Look, he's all, yeah, we stopped his live feed. We beat him down on the ground and he only had 3 live viewers going. So he knows what channel I was on, but so he's already talking shit. He already knew what my channel is. He already said, oh, he had 3 viewers on his channel at the time that we confiscated his phone. So obviously when officers talk shit like this, and again, dirty pigs will talk shit, just like this guy going, oh, what's your channel? And then telling his partner, oh, he only had 3 viewers at the time we arrested him last time. How would you know that if you didn't know my channel?
I don't know your channel.
Well, how would you tell him that I only had 3 viewers on at the time? Oh, you can't answer that, can you?
Oh, mercy. Good job, man. You got me again.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Whatever. You guys do your thing, I do my thing.
Yep. You have a good night, man.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Just another typical officer who could have been polite and courteous, but chose to be a dickhead. And he's training his backup to be the same way. And that's what they do down here. They train their fucking other officers to be fucking douchebags. And thank you, sir, for being polite about that. Now, as you see, that would be, oh, jaywalking if you or I did it. Yeah, I do want to know. So I was heading down here anyway, again, to speak with the supervisor to get a case number because, again, what they allege and whoever made that criminal complaint, if it came from the owner of that company, then we have a bigger issue. And again, the police saying, we don't need to tell you who made the complaint. Well, you don't, except for you have no probable cause to approach me on a street when I'm reporting across the street in a public view to say I'm harassing people. I can follow anyone in the downtown area in a tour group and film them. And they don't have to like it. Went out of my way to make sure children were not exposed to my video. And what'd you get?
Yes, sir.
Sizemore? Can you get a supervisor to come out here?
I don't know if it is available. What does it mean?
It's regarding a call up at about 4 blocks from here. About 9 of your officers approached me and I want a case number and they refused to give me a case number.
Okay. If there was no criminal act committed, there's not going to be a case number. They'll have an FSC number or
Okay.
CFS number, excuse me, but not a case number.
Okay, well, that's what I need.
Go there and ask the gentleman at the desk. He should be able to provide you with that. He's got the computer. He should be able to find it.
Okay, so what's the term I'm looking for?
CFS number.
CFS number. Okay, thank you. doing?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Need a CFS number. Complaint that was called up by the Emily Morgan Hotel
When was this?
about 30 minutes ago.
Okay, give me one quick second. I'll be right back.
While we're in here, we might as well look at their signs. Raffle tickets for Officer Manduano. He has cancer. Some contact information there. If those of you who are pro law enforcement view this and want to support that, go ahead. They've got raffle tickets, $5 a ticket or 3 for $10. You get
Yes, sir. They said give them a minute. They'll bring it up to you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, I'll continue filming. So you got your POW sign, but one of the things that has always discouraged me when you walk in here is the blue flag or blue line flag right across there. Disrespectful as all hell to me, but you know, and again, this isn't a public building. They can choose to represent that however they want, but they do it in a public building. That is a gang sign to me. Other people don't see it that way. They say, oh, it's political freedom of expression. And that's fine. If it is, does it belong in a public building? Absolutely not. No reason whatsoever. My vision's not so good, so I just want to confirm, is this 046? Is that an 8 or a 6? Because the printing on it may not be clear. Zero 46 8 043. Can you go ahead and fill in the 8 because it looked like a 6 to me? Yeah, can I get the pen to fill that in? That's disingenuous of you. I mean, really, Officer Sizemore? Is it? Trying to get my camera to focus on that. I'll just do that here in a second. I'm sure you've got another one. I'll give you this one in just a second. If it's your pen, I'll return it. I'm using it. Okay, I understand you're saying it's your pen. You gave it to me. I'm using it. I just fucking released it. You guys have an attitude here. I'm sorry? I'm leaving. Your officer has his pen, but apparently he doesn't need to use it, does he? Yeah, there's the pen that the officer apparently needed with such urgency that he would imply physical harm or damage to me if I did not return to correct the 14 or 0468043, which looks like 0466043. But again, the officer told me it's 68043. I've had this issue many a time with SAPD officers when they write incident reports and then you try to look them up and they go, there's no such case number. And you're like, can you try this one? Can you try this one? can you try this one? And that's why I took the steps to verify that's what this is. And this officer thinks that, oh, well, it's clear to you. Well, obviously it wasn't clear to me. Obviously it's not clear to my viewers. Thank you, Officer Sizemore. You have a good evening. Plan to be safe. Any comments about that blue line flag behind you? Didn't think you would. Is that a political flag, or why do you guys have that up there? It is a police-related matter. It's in your police headquarters. It is. That's a sign that obviously represents something, so I'm asking you what it represents. Get your pen back? Okay, can I just document who I'm speaking with? Officer Beeger. Okay, thank you. So you got your pen back. We're not gonna get me for theft of your pen as I walk out the door now. That's a definite no. They're not gonna get me for theft of his pen as I walk out. They'll try some other bullshit down the street. But again, when you come down and these guys play tyrant bullshit games, if you don't back up your fucking moxie, what they do, they continue. They push it even further. I know, they're both sitting there and they're going, shit, we tried to get them on this last time. What can we get them for this time? And I'm like, hey, you guys push it. I don't care. I really don't. At this point in my life, the police done fucked me because they've arrested me 4 times unlawfully, and that all goes on my record. So they're like, well, most normal people would want a criminal police report. And you're like, absolutely, you're right. Nobody wants a criminal report on their record. But it doesn't matter, even if your charges are dismissed, or if you're found not guilty, they're still on your record. You've got to pay upwards of $2,000 to get those charges dismissed. The officer gets off on a fucking wall. They get no fucking discipline, no issues, nothing else. And, you know, at what point do you just go, okay, I'm going to accept it? And then at what point do the police really expect citizens to stop just laying down and instead start picking up arms and saying, fuck this. You're not going to arrest me for this anymore. You know, I said the day that Lieutenant Lopez arrested me unlawfully, I said, I do not, if I believe that the only cause or the only solution was to come down and use violence, I wouldn't have been doing what I did for 4 months. And still, they did what they did. They continue to do what they do every single day.
14 seconds.
And again, because the police have no accountability whatsoever, politicians don't care. They go, well, we have to have the police until it happens to their family. And then they go, oh, why the hell did the police do this shit? Since I'm heading west, see Bear County Courthouse there. And again, I'm heading west out of San Antonio. I got no particular place to be tonight. And when I say that, what that means is that I don't have obligations. A lot of people have obligations. They have to be somewhere. They have to do something. And I'm like, I don't. When I come out and I film until I'm bored. And right now, I'm like, okay, I've had enough of the bullshit with the police. When they cross certain lines, I go way out of my way to cross certain lines with them. And they're like, oh, well, you better tell us this or that. Now, you look up here on this corner of the vehicle. So you've got this device right here on this car, license plate reader, whatever the fuck it's doing. It's obviously mounted there for a reason, and you got to wonder why. So again, I want to believe that it is St. Mary's down there at the Aztec, but I'm not positive of that. But this Toyota is sitting here, and it's got this reader. And you got that reader right there. Got these two officers right here. Officers or not. Yeah, for you people who know more about modern vehicles and everything else, I mean, it does say it's a TRD or TRO Pro. Maybe it's just an enhanced exhaust system for a vehicle. I mean, I don't know, but it's parked here, and it looks suspicious to me. Looked like a license plate reader, but the more I'm looking at it, it doesn't appear to be that way. So I'm going to continue heading my way. I mean, it is what it is. We got a radar detector running. They've got their GPS. She's looking at something on a map too. I mean, if they're law enforcement, typically they'd have been like, "Why the fuck are you filming this?" So I'll just continue about my way. Not sure what they're doing, but I mean, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on down here?" Again, just because you're paranoid does not mean that people are not out to get you. Now, as you come down here to the Aztec restaurant or Aztec corner store, earlier I mentioned that, I got 9 bike patrol officers all flooding out to get me, all looking for trouble. And when this store owner down here was killed, 3 of them responded. Imagine that. Some bullshit, ain't it? I'm going to go ahead and close my live feed. Yeah.